Hi there, wonderful awakening beings and spiritual souls. Jo Rose of JoRose.com, numerologist and energy forecaster. In this video, I'm sharing with you personal year 2 for 2020. Before I do though, let's take a quick look at what 2020 has in store. It's a 4 energy. How do I know that? By adding together and reducing down all the digits in the current year. 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 0 equals 4. What does that mean in brief? It's about structure, stability, order, practicality. It's a building year from the foundations up. It's step by step, steady as she goes, and a year where we need to ground ourselves. It's also a year where we may understand limitations on a far better level. To understand more about 2020, do go and check the link above and in the description below. Understanding the universal energy is important because first we have the universal energy and then we have our energy coming in on top. Let's move on to personal year 2. In this video, the birthday I'm using to calculate is 8th of August. What we do is we reduce down the day, reduce the month and the current year, then add them together. 8 is already a single digit, so it's 8. August is the 8th month, 8 again. 2020 we know to be a 4. 8 plus 8 plus 4 is 20. 2 plus 0 is 2. If you've got a more complicated birthday and want to understand further how to calculate, I have a video how to calculate your personal year up above, description below. So let's have a look at what 2020 has in store for personal year 2s. It's a year of relationships. Now, personal year 1 is really about self-awareness. It's about the self. But now we're asking to look outside the self and its relationships. Now, relationships are not just you and another. It's a relationship with your past may come up, a relationship with your future, and the relationship of you in the now. It's also relationships with other humans, objects, and the self. Everything is built from relationships. Now, as a soul, we're whole and complete. This is my theory. We're whole and complete. And we've chosen to come to Earth, and it's to deal with relationships. Why? Because relationships reflect, they mirror, they teach us about how we interact, how we fit in and move our way through life on our journey. The year will bring some experiences to you, and you will have to, well, I say have to, it'll be in your advantage to really work with these. Patience. My word, in my past recent personal year 2 was probably a very challenging time. Patience, I thought I had patience, but I didn't. There were certain relationship situations that I wanted help with, that I was controlling, and that didn't work. Even down to working with this particular relationship, which was with my child and affected the whole family. So patience, observation, connection, understanding. You'll be asked to be tolerant, considerate, certainly diplomatic in your communication. It's about cooperation, harmony, and support. What you're really looking for this year is a slow down, an inner peace, and a calm. Some of the flip sides of this energy could be you might find yourself pessimistic, despondent, a bit flaky, hesitant, indecisive and reluctant. The reason you're all of those is you're not owning who you are. Last year, personal year 1 was self-awareness. This year, it's self-partnership. Now, I know that's a trendy word that's being banned around at the moment, but I have always said the biggest relationship you have is the one with yourself. And my mantra is, it's your life. LYFE, love yourself first every day. You will be learning this year, and loving yourself is going to be the key element here. So slow down, Own where you are right now. Yes, we have a past, we have a story, a history, but that's what it is. It's brought you to the now. And yes, we have dreams and desires somewhere out in the future, but we're not there. And we can't make a decision from out there or back there. We need to make decisions from now. And this is about getting into the now, which is what the 2 energy does. Notice also what you've not been seeing, what you've been missing, whether it be in your relationships, in your environment, in your career, whatever it is. We get so bogged down with the story, we get so stuck in it that we don't take time to step outside. How is it we can always see somebody else's situation better than our own? And how is it other people seem to have a lot of advice about our own life that we can't even find? And that's because they're not emotionally connected. In the personal year videos, I have mentioned the 4 bodies, the physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. The 4 energy that the universe has is very physical. It's a very doing energy and action-taking energy. The body, we feed the body, we rest the body, we do that so that the body can take us from A to B. It can make things happen. You, my lovelies, are dealing with the emotional this year. And it's really about how you express yourself, where you are in your relationships, and how you're dealing with them. So it's very much focused on the emotional aspect of the body. The spiritual learning that you will get from this video is about self-partnership. I want to add patience, because patience was one of the real big things that I got in my last personal year too. You'll have more insight when you get into the moment and the now, and this will help you in your career. This isn't a year to push your career. However, your career can grow and expand. There is room for promotion, there is room for reward, but it will be more with your people skills, your communication, than with your actual physical effort. It's a year to relax, to de-stress. The physical body can get ill, and that is because we push it. We're not being. We get ill, we get a disease. That's because the body is at dis-ease. Notice your body. A relaxed body is like this, but a tensed up body, one that is controlling and manipulating and making things happen, or we've got to be right, isn't relaxed. And while it's like this, we can attract joint pain, arthritis, neck ache, backache, headaches, stomach cramps. But when we release like this, we allow the energy to flow through the body. Everything is energy, and this is what I'm asking you to be calm and relaxed so that the energy can move in and out and around your body this year. Retreat, spend time in nature, become more observant of what's going on around you. Smell the coffee, taste the food, notice the dew on the grass early morning, or the little buds as the blossom or the plants come into action. It's a time to witness and observe like you've not done before. It's a time to notice the detail. Nature's one of our greatest teachers, so spend time out there with the nature. When things come towards you, I want to say stare them in the face. If it's a challenge, this is a relationship challenge, this is the year to deal with it. So stare it in the face. Don't hide, don't run, don't bow. Step up. Accept where you're wrong, own where you're right, and communicate. Whether it be an intimate relationship or a work relationship or anything in between, it really is about communication and, more importantly, comprehension. Release any negative relationships this year. They're not serving you, they're draining you. Release any behaviours within those relationships or attitudes that you have that just keep backfiring and taking you round in the same arguments and the same circles. Release them all. This is a year where I'm asking you to stop being a human doing and start being a human being. The doing comes from school and education and getting that achievement and getting that the award or that exam certificate and getting that job. But you get all of these things and you're not happy, and that's because of your relationship. So get into being, feel it, own it, understand it, know it. Connect to people, listen to their journey, understand they're not just ratty because they want to be ratty. Something's happened to them. Have lunch with your colleagues. Spend some time listening. It's a time to slow down and connect. As my saying goes, it's your life, and love yourself first every day. This is your biggest thing this year, is loving yourself first every day. When you love yourself first every day, you do things that fulfill you, that light you up. By that fulfillment, you're in the moment. And this is where it falls into the relationships. If you're in a relationship, stop telling somebody, I love you. What you do is you make them codependent. And I want you to release all codependent relationships. Whether you're codependent on someone or someone is codependent on you, is to release it. Instead of saying, I love you, say, I love us. I love us at home. I love us at work. I love us when we go on holiday or out for the day. I love what us loves, right? So it's about loving us. Love is not about everything being happy and buoyant and lovely. When we love us, whether we've got a challenge or not, we'll always know that we love us first before we deal with the argument or the challenge or situation. So love us. It's so powerful. And the 4 of the universal year and the 2 of your personal year, they're about relationships and connection and teamwork. Look at what you can do now that will make a difference in your relationships. Everybody's your teacher. Understand that they're here to teach you something that you need to grow and expand on, or something that you need to release. Let's move on and see what's in store month on month in this year 2020. Understanding the monthly energy is key, just like understanding the yearly energy, because we're building off of that. To understand more about the monthly forecast, do go and check the playlist in the link above and the description below. So where do we begin? January. January for you is a 3 energy. Now, after 2018 and the 9 energy of releasing and letting go, and then the vibrant 1 energy of new beginnings and fresh starts, you're kind of feeling a little bit, oh, I don't know, I want to go and I'm not sure if I need a break or whatever. This whole year is going to bring you a slower energy, but you start off on a 3 and while you're feeling optimistic, somehow you just seem to be energy depleted. Take your time, use less effort. Remember, it's less about doing and more about being. Express yourself, whether it be at work or at home. Use your magnetism that you've got to have some fun, social. Work out who your friends are. Work out who your contacts are. We're working through relationships this year, so start right now on those relationships. Who's raising you up and who's dragging you down? Use the creative energy of the 3 to find solutions in your relationships, and use this in work as well. Ask yourself, who and what are you attracting? Now this year, the relationship year, if you're not in a relationship, I'm telling you pretty much most months that you're out there, you could attract a new relationship, and that is great. Just take it as a new relationship, and if it's bringing up old stuff, work through it. You're going to keep attracting the same relationships over and over until you've worked out the lessons that you need to evolve from. Great month for romance. Let's move on to February. February is a 4 energy. Less social, more work. Be mindful of the details and accept delays. Now, if delays happen, tell yourself there's a reason for it. A big lesson for me many years back was when I was going through my divorce, and every time I had an appointment with my solicitor, it would get cancelled. And in the beginning, I was frustrated with this until I said to myself, if it's being delayed, the universe is delaying this, what am I missing? Yeah. Now, I already mentioned, look at what you're not seeing, what you're missing. Well, this happened several times, and each time I said, what am I missing? With the assumption I was missing something. And I was. But the time I finally got it all summed up. There were so many things that I would have missed that would have been detrimental to my children, myself, moving forward. So I'm grateful for the delays. If there are delays at work, perhaps you're not communicating or the comprehension is missing. Make sure that when you give an instruction that the receiver understands. Make sure you understand if you've been given an instruction, and if there is a delay, something's not ready, something is missing, get out there and find it. It'll feel like you're putting a lot of effort in and not receiving much progress. It is a slow progress year for you, and I'm telling you, it's a step by step. Don't miss any details. If you miss details, you'll come back and have to pick them up again. At meetings and discussions, be tactful. Find a way to share that is uplifting for everybody. Your finances feel secure, so there's no worry there. Your patience, though, so your relationships may not feel so secure because you seem to have a lack of patience this month. Here's the beginning of where you've got to start working on your patience. Patience is one of the biggest wisdom factors that we need to learn. What is the saying? Dear God, give me patience now. No, it comes with time. I am so grateful for my personal year 2 and understanding patience. You cannot push or force anything. Because of your lack of patience, your relationships may be challenged. And the other thing I want to say is avoid procrastination. I know I say it's about being and not doing, but you still need to be connected with the task in hand. If you're being challenged with procrastination, I have a video on procrastination. Do go check the link below. When we're procrastinating, we are not connected. Whether we're not connected to the person or the task, there is a disconnection that we need to deal with. And this year is about connections, not disconnections, or dealing with disconnections. Let's move on to March. March is a 5 energy. Be flexible, be resourceful, expect the unexpected. Oh, those delays could happen again. It's not a time to take financial risk because the 5 energy tends to bulldoze in without doing the research. So make sure you do your research. You've got all your details there. Check your facts before you communicate. Don't go off fighting someone's corner and you haven't got all the facts, or arguing with somebody. Just get all your facts together before you put your case across. It will be beneficial in the long run. Now, there's a chance you might get promotion, and it will more than likely be due to how you handle things, how you work with other people. So just bear in mind how you show up, how you wear your smile, how you greet people, how you have time for people. I'm not saying you've got to be all ears all the time, but it really is about how you interact, and that will help you in your raising up your ranks, etc. Get out there and be social, network. You are able to connect with people on a different level this year. So get out, network. You might attract collaborations and partnerships. You may attract new business in. You may attract a new career or a job in. You certainly are attractive to people, but just be mindful that you're not being hooked in. Be mindful that it is on the level, whatever it is that you're connecting with in this new relationship. Let's move on to April. April's a 6 energy, and this is a month of romance and relationships. A 2 and a 6 often is a soulmate or a twin flame energy here. So romance, relationships, connection, comprehension. It's a time that they can start, blossom, evolve, or dissolve. Yes, the 6 can bring endings and divorce. If your relationship is one that you want to hold on to, it's one you want to nurture, then do it. Make sure you have date nights this month. Make sure you're home on time, or you get to turn up on time. Don't cancel any of these this month. If your relationship is challenging but you want it to work, you might need to go to counselling or a mediator. Please go sort it. If it's time to dissolve it, do your best to start working on how you can dissolve it. It may not dissolve this month. It may dissolve maybe around July, but start working on it amicably, especially if there are children involved. Not everybody is meant to be in our life or intimate in our life, the whole of it. We do move on. We meet different people at different stages. So if it is a time to dissolve, find a way to do it amicably, without aggression, and certainly some kind of understanding. You may also be asked to be a mediator or a counsellor, whether it be at work, in the family, children, siblings, whatever. Then by all means, be there. Not necessarily with advice unless you're asked for advice. It may just be to hear both sides and then ask them how they can move forward. Sometimes the 2 and the 6 can become quite meddlesome, and I don't want you to become meddlesome. I want you to help them raise up their own self-esteem and their own ability to work through their relationships. Your workload could increase at work, so find ways of connecting with the job. If you need to delegate, delegate diplomatically. At home, it could be a time to move. You could receive a mortgage or a loan. So it's a good time to work on the home improvements, home repairs, home decoration, etc. Home will take your outside work time. You will spend more of your outside work time working in the home or the garden. Let's move on to May. May is a 7 energy. You're feeling highly perceptive, and I want to say trust your intuition. Now, feel how you feel and work with it. If something doesn't feel right, it's not. And if something does, go with it. You may say, well, I went with it before and it failed. No, what it was an experience for you to work from and take an understanding. When we spend more time in the moment, more time loving the self, more time loving us, we seem to be connected with source energy and we get insights, aha moments. This is that month for you where things may come in. You may see things that you hadn't seen before because you're taking more time out. Your chances are you'll want some me time, some alone time. Do take it. If you've got loved ones, families, don't just run off. Let them know where you're gone and explain to them the value of the me time, the alone time. And then when you return, get back into whatever everybody else is doing, partnership up again. You're feeling reflective and you're asking yourself, where am I heading? Where's this relationship heading? It could be a new relationship. You're sure, not sure. You know, when things are new, there's this honeymoon period. Is it lust? Is it infatuation? You'll be asking yourself that a number of times. Look at where you're heading, what's working and what's not working. What are the signs? You may want a quiet holiday, an intimate holiday, whether it's with your new partner or your existing partner. Get away somewhere quiet. Avoid big crowds. You'll feel like it's too much big crowds. Don't go on one of those all-action holidays, all-inclusive. Go more to a little Greek island or a Caribbean island or somewhere which is a spa-based rest, repair, retreat. If you can't get away on holiday, maybe a weekend or an evening or a day, or even just take yourself away and sit in a bath of Epsom salts. But it certainly is a time for you to find me time, reflect and retreat. It's a time to be intimate with those that you love and care about. Let's move on to June. Now, June is an 8 energy, reward and recognition. The reward and recognition is always proportional to what's gone on before in the last 8, 9, 10 months, etc. I'm saying that because you would have had these energies from the end of last year. So we're looking at reward and recognition. Ask yourself first, how are your relationship skills going? If they're going well, the chances are you may be rewarded with a promotion. Somebody's noticed at work how you've handled something, how you're good with certain people, and there's been a new position or an opening position that you've been put forward to. If anybody's given you some kind of reward and recognition, let them know that you are grateful. Connect with them. You know, reward reaps reward, niceness reaps niceness. It's working on the energies that we want to feel. If you're in any business meetings, I want to say use tact and diplomacy. Be authoritative and decisive. People listen to somebody that's assertive or decisive. They believe they know where they're going. The more you spend time being as opposed to doing, the easier it becomes to make those decisions. So people will start looking up to you as if somebody that really knows. The 8 energy is the CEO. It's the person at the top of the company that people do look up to. This is the energy that you can be bringing in right now as you build those relationships around you. It's a great month for negotiations. So if you've got any business deals or that you want to work on, or you're still working on that mortgage, or you're looking for a loan of some kind, is certainly a great month for negotiation, and a good chance that you could receive the benefit of these negotiations. I want to say, watch your finances. Money in, money out, great. It's all energy, it needs to move. And you could receive money in, but don't overspend, don't be frivolous. It could also be that some repairs come in and then you might need to spend some time fixing them, whether it be in your business or your home. There could well be domestic challenges. 8 is a work number. The 4 year of the universal year is a 4, and that's a work number also. If you're not spending enough time at home, you're cancelling date nights or promises, take time out, put it in your schedule. You know, your work life needs to start with a good foundation from your home life. So spend time working on the relationships. Sometimes when the 8 energy, if we're getting divorced in an 8 month, it could cost us more because we haven't been there for our partners. So make sure during that time you've been considerate, kind, compassionate and caring. Let's move on to July. July is a 9 energy. Now, closure on draining relationships. This whole year has been about relationships, and I'm asking you to look at those relationships. What's raised you up? What pulls you down? What is superficial? What is beneficial? If anything drains us, it's relationships. So check in. What ones do we need to release? Let them go. Remember, holding on is not good for anyone. Let them go and be free. If it's meant to be, they'll come on back. So closure on those relationships. Do it diplomatically. Avoid conflict. We want to be amicable, especially if it's a divorce that we're closing. We've got the children to think about, as well as ourselves. And there may be times when we have to meet up somewhere down the road, family affairs. We may all still want to keep our friendship circles. Find a way that it works for you to be in one another's company, especially when children are involved. So avoid conflicts, connect with your important relationships, release those that aren't important. It's a month where you'll be taught about patience again. Hopefully you're getting it by now, but it is time to slow down. When you're talking to somebody, talk to them in a calm way where it kind of draws them in so that they can feel the two sides of it, theirs and yours. So be calm, but also be diplomatic but firm in what it is that you wish to share. Ask yourself outside that, what do you need to release? Anything that's you're not using, not serving you, let it go. It's not all about relationships. We need to let go of, I don't know, if you've not been going to the gym, cancel the membership. Just put your efforts and energy in the things that light you up. It's a clear out transition period, the 9, as you well know through going through your personal 9 year. But if you weren't into numerology, then you might not know. So it's a transition year. It's a month for you. It's a time to cleanse and heal. Think about the body, the relaxing. Are you meditating, doing yoga, tai chi, or some kind of other energy practices? If you're getting lost in your drama and you can't find a way out, it may be a time to do something for someone else, to volunteer, whether it be a sponsored fun run or going to a local charity or doing something neighbourly or kind for someone else. Perhaps you notice somebody always bringing their shopping. Maybe pop over, help them carry the shopping home. Just nice, kind acts or acts of kindness. It will help you not take on their worries or their concerns, but it will take you out of your head of your own. So do something that helps you, has you help someone else. It is a service month. The 6 and the 9, they're very service-based, and the 2 is a service-based number. I'm hoping by now you're learning to balance the service that you give, that it fills you up and lights you up at the same time that it fills up and lights up somebody else. It should never cost you your energy. You may feel a bit melancholy and have some self-pity. So this is why I'm saying get out and do some volunteering. It is a time of endings, and look for all the good. If you're ending a relationship, the best way to end a relationship is to know the gifts it gave you. Whether it gave you your beautiful children, or it gave you an experience to understand yourself better, whether it was the experience of you leaving home as a youngster and moving out there in the big world, just look at what it gifted you so that you're able to look at it in a more positive aspect. Let's get out of this 9 energy and move on to August, which is a 1 energy. Now, with all your relationship challenges out the way, or most of them, let's hope, they're behind you. We've got this 1 energy coming in, this new beginning and this fresh start. If you haven't met a new person, you may well meet a new person, and this time, great, get out there and enjoy yourself. Also, give yourself a new focus or a fresh focus. Back last year in your personal year 1, you've got this scheduled dream that's going to take you this 9 years forward. Go back and pick up on some of the doing things that you've let go of. The difference here is that we're now going to combine the doing with the being. As we've got into the now more over the year and we've become more of a human being than a human doing, we're now going to pick up the doing but be in the moment. This is how great sports people get better results, is because they're doing but they're being in the moment. They're understanding what muscles they use, what brain cells they use, what worked and what didn't work. And this is where you need to be in this 1 energy. So get back on track on your growth. What needs nurturing? And let's get back to nurturing it. Let's move on to September. Now, September's a 2 energy and a double whammy. Your personal year's a 2, September's a 2. So I know last month I said it's like a bit more speed moving ahead. We're more energized with this new beginnings. What you've got now is new insight. Your intuition is high. You're perceptive. You seem to see things that others don't. Perhaps there was challenging situations and you suddenly get an aha moment about how to move forward. Perhaps something at work is you need to rejig the staff around. Maybe you need to rejig around. But you see it and share it. Help raise everybody else up. You could be overly sensitive or notice that other people are. You could make mountains out of molehills. You could be telling yourself some stories that aren't there. They could be there. Just watch how you're interacting with others. This is 1 month where patience is key. Observe, people watch, do whatever it is. Just see why people do the same things every day and accept them for where they are at. And see what you do and ask yourself, if you're doing it every day, does it still serve you? Your new relationships, I want you to check if you've had new relationships, more intimate personal relationships over this year. Now check in whether it was lust or infatuation. Sift out if it was, but if not, start working on this, because this could be a great long-term relationship for you. The 2 really is in the heart. So if you've been in the heart, you'll know whether this is a relationship worth pursuing. Be real. Help your partner be real. And see what wonders you can create together. Let's move on to October. Now, October always gives us a taster of the year to come, so 2021. I want to say, phew, the 2 is now going to start to slowly evaporate. It won't be gone. It won't be totally gone until February, end of February next year, but it's not as intense as it's been. So we've got a 3 energy coming. Take a break, get away, have some fun, whether it's a break from work or a break from the home, go away on holiday, or get out, have fun, social, laugh, connect. Still a great time to be social, to build friendships. Focus on creativity at work, at home, in your projects. Get creative, whether it be decorating your house or sorting something out at work. Any problems, solutions solved. It's a great month for this. The 3 energy now is asking you to become a motivator, an inspiration. I want you to start moving into next year's energy, because this is next year's energy, where you shine bigger, bolder, brighter and better, where people come to you because you inspire them. You don't dictate to them. You've learned over this 2 energy that it's not about dictation, it's about comprehension and connection. But somehow now, your self-partnership, you're doing what you love. And when you do what you love, it radiates out. So, inspire. Time to express yourself and just be you, but have fun. That's what I want to say. Just be you and have fun. So now we move on to November and December. November and December are like a test drive, a trial run. We get the same energy next year, January and February, but this is a chance to look at all the relationships that have gone on this year. Look at how we've expanded and grown. Look how much self-love we have. And this is self-love, not as in you're vain or anything, but this is like you really care about yourself and how you feel in every exercise, every activity that you do. So November brings a 4 energy. So the 4 energy is saying back to business, get building, don't cut any corners, because, well, if you cut corners, you'll be fixing them over the next few months. Don't cut any corners. We're more about taking action. So we're back to the doing, but it's different now. With the 1 energy, we were doing because we wanted to achieve. We were becoming aware of what the world around us had. Now with the relationship building and the being, what we're doing now is while we're doing, we're being. And so we're more in tune with what we're doing, if that makes any sense. Take action, so do things. Attention to detail, because this is the 4 energy and it's really a detailed number, the 4 energy, as is the 7 energy. So pay attention to detail. Watch your procrastination. Sorry, I got lost down there. I was in my own head. I needed to bring myself back up again. Don't procrastinate. I've already got that video. No shortcuts. I've said this. I can't even think what I want to say. There's a lot going on building and business-wise right now. And you're moving forward to your next year's energy. Ground yourself. I want you to ground yourself and then become more free-flowing. So it's like ground your roots if you're a tree and then be more like a willow tree. You need to be strong. All businesses, all relationships need to have foundations. Over this year of relationships, I feel sure now you have got foundations set in your relationships. Let's move on to December. December is a 5 energy. What a great month to go out on, really. It's great. It's Christmas, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Lots of social and parties going on. Get out there and network. Get out there and mingle. Get out there and be social. Connect, network. Take on new experiences. You know, I've mentioned hobbies and that before, but again, look at what you're doing. What lights you up? What can take you in a new direction for next year? Next year is so creative. So set these things in motion now. Great time to travel and be social. Your world feels vibrant right now. It's picking up speed and you're moving forward. Feel, connect, be charismatic. You may feel indulgent. Just watch and be mindful that you don't become addictive. 2020 is a year for you to go inside, to understand your relationships and the role you play. If you understand how you interact with people, and in this millennium, the 2000 millennium, relationship is key. In this decade, we have 2 twos in every current year. Relationship is so important. To get this at the beginning of the year is like a gift. It's like a golden nugget, a gem. Work on your relationships and everything else will fall into place. If you've liked this video, give me a thumbs up. If you've not yet subscribed, please subscribe. If you want to stay notified for any of my other videos, ring that bell. You've watched your personal year video. Why not go and watch your partner's personal year video in the link above? Also, introduce them to my video so that they can watch their personal year and your personal year. Then you'll each know where you are each month. Outside that, understanding the energy of the year and tying it up with your life path number is invaluable. If you haven't yet watched your life path video, go and check the life path series above and see how you can marry the 2 energies up. I'm always looking at the combination of my numbers. There is more than just a personal year and a life path number. And if you really want to build on things this year, if you really want to understand and connect in your relationships, if you really want this to be your best year yet, maybe consider a reading, consultation, or better still, a mentorship with me. I'd love to hear from you. Outside that, please leave comments below. I'd love to hear what you've got planned for this year and how you plan to move forward. Thank you for watching. Have a great 2020 and I'll see you in my next video.